if you are into Jujutsu Kaisen, or at least you are aware of Jujutsu Kaisen, even the manga, you are probably familiar with the allegations that Gege doesn't know what the fuck he is doing, and everything you are seeing right now is just him waking up one day and being like, hey, or better said, every single day, and being like, hey, how the heck can I even drag this out more than I have already? And he decides to just pit people against Sukuna. That couldn't be farther from the truth, because Gege has demonstrated time and time again, and now, as the final nail in the coffin to the same arguments that we are actually talking about, that he actually had plans for the end game of Jujutsu Kaisen from the very beginning. And that shows itself in the fact that in the very first seconds of the first opening of the anime, way back, it goes way back, like 4 or 5 years ago, we do see Yuji in a train, and we see the reflection of Sukuna there too, in front of him. At first it does seem like it's showing that he's a vessel of Sukuna, but now with the information we have that Sukuna, Yuji actually has a domain expansion that relates to trains and stations, and in which actually Sukuna appears as not as Meguna but as Yuji-kuna, the Yuji version of Sukuna. We can actually see the very smart, I said smart, so I'm gonna put my glasses on just to look smart. And for the record, these don't do anything, they are just normal glasses. They do shield my eyes from the bullshit I see many times, but they don't do much for me reading better than I do. And my eyesight is going kind of bad recently, I have noticed, for the farther distances I have to probably start using a real one. So here's the thing, from the very beginning, Gege must have been working together with the anime department, so he probably requested himself the whole situation with Yuji being the way he is, and Yuji having the being in the opening the way he is. And this kind of scares me, because look, we are probably going to lose Yuji. This video also serves as one of the analyses of the chapter 264 that dropped the leaks, let's say. I can't use many of the imagery seen there, but I'm going to talk about them, and this is going to be focused on the Yuji domain situation. So first of all, kudos to Gege, amazing guy, genius level mangaka, just like Hajime Isayama and the foreshadowings he had too. And here's what makes it pretty interesting, is the fact that Yuji is probably going to die. And I do base that on the fact that, first of all, we didn't see him using his domain until this far into the story, and now that we have it, we have parallelism and the same panels that we had with Suguru, Geto and Gojo in the terminal in the airport. Now we have the same thing, but Yuji as Geto and Sukuna, Yuji-kuna, I'm gonna stress that, as Gojo, and it's a symbolism of both of them dying. So what probably happens here is that whatever the heck his domain expansion is, and I'm going to talk about that more in depth later on in another video, Yuji is sacrificing himself to take with himself, to take him down, take Sukuna down. And it's pretty noticeable and pretty obvious that Yuji has managed to somehow grab the soul of Sukuna and get him out, or let's say separate him from Megumi. Because as you can see, he is no longer a Meguna and he is a Yuji-kuna. As to what the domain actually is, I do have a few ideas. When I did the reaction, you can see the reaction. You have probably seen the reaction before this video. We can see that the hand sign that Yuji does is the City Garba, if I'm reading that right, and it's one that guides others to enlightenment before he does, and it kind of seems like Yuji is going to purify Sukuna, as in he's going to kill his soul or something. And it even shows that the one using it, the one that the hand sign is from, the Buddhist personality that is from, is the guardian of the soul. So Yuji is pretty much cancelling Sukuna here, or as much as he could grab, he is cancelling them. This domain expansion, this symbolism and everything we have here is showing us that Sukuna is going to die, probably, or at least a huge chunk of him, 17 fingers maybe, because the fingers that he threw up, we don't know what happened to them. In my opinion, they could be anywhere, even though he probably, them again, but anyway. But it's pretty much obvious that the Yuji isn't surviving that. It's pretty much obvious, and I do hope that that's wrong and I am being completely in the wrong here, but let's just go back and remember the opening we had and the fish symbolism that we have. that pretty much showed us the whole fish situation and everything we are seeing on the screen in the opening, that he is going to die. I always thought that Yuji would be the only one left, but it does seem like he is going to go, and he is going to go alone with Sukuna, as in a huge contrast to what his grandfather actually, let's say, wished for him, and that's try to have people you love around you when you are about to go. And Yuji is not going to have that chance. Yuji is just going to die, and that's that. Yuji will die alone with Sukuna when he is actually going to purify Sukuna. If I was Gege, I would do that. All the symbols and everything shows that. I am not, this is theorizing, I am not saying this is 100% sure, but I would bet money on that. I don't have much money right now, sorry. That this is what's going to happen. If there is another situation, okay then, who doesn't like Yuji having a better, let's say, finale for him? But that brings us to the question of what the heck is going to happen next, because we have a few chapters left, as it seems like there must be like 5-6 chapters left. The rest of the analysis goes into another video that you have to just wait a little bit for it to appear. This whole thing also somehow ties into Naruto, and I do hope, worst case scenario, we are not going to see some kind of, yeah bro, Sukuna had a tragic backstory, now Yuji is going to do a talk no jutsu on him and killing him or something. The thing is, the hand sign also ties into the sixth path, that if you are familiar with Naruto, that's a huge thing there. And if it actually ends up being that, that would be freaking not very beautiful and not very interesting, all in all. So yeah, it could go into the sixth path situation, and that would not be very amazing. I would love to see some symbolism and some stuff relating to that, but hell, if it goes into the whole, bro, Sukuna had a tragic backstory, bro, his mom, we did see that he said I was an unwanted child. If it goes into the situation, yeah, my mom didn't love me, my parents didn't want me, so now I'm mad, I'm ultra mad, and that's why I became Sukuna. I would be pretty fucking mad if that happens. Just know, bro.